My husband hasn't looked at me in 3 days, and I'm starting to forget what his voice sounds like. The silence between us isn't empty. It's thick, suffocating, like something alive that wraps around my throat every time I try to speak. It fills every room of our house, seeps into the spaces between the furniture, clings to the walls we painted together 5 years ago, when we still laughed about burnt toast and Sunday morning sex. Now those walls feel like they're closing in, witnesses to my betrayal holding their breath along with him. I can feel the weight of what I've done pressing down on my chest, making it hard to breathe, impossible to sleep. The worst part? He's not angry. Anger I could handle. Anger would be something, some kind of reaction I could meet, push against, apologize into. But this cold, hollow absence where my husband used to be, it's destroying me in ways I never imagined. I'm standing in our kitchen now, the same kitchen where he used to come up behind me while I made coffee, wrap his arms around my waist, bury his face in my neck. The morning light slants through the window the way it always does, golden and indifferent. I'm wearing his favorite dress, the green one he said made my eyes look like sea glass, and I feel pathetic for it. Desperate, like maybe if I look like the woman he fell in love with, he'll remember that she existed before I destroyed her. He walks in and my heart lurches. Coffee? I ask and my voice cracks on the single word. He doesn't answer, doesn't even glance my way, just moves through the space like I'm furniture, like I'm nothing. Reaches for a mug from the cabinet I can't reach without him. His jaw is set, that muscle ticking the way it does when he's holding something back. I used to kiss that spot right there below his ear, feel that tension melt under my lips. Please, I whisper. Say something, anything. His hand pauses on the coffee pot. For a moment, one crystalline, agonizing moment, I think he might turn around, might finally unleash whatever he's been holding inside for 72 hours. But then his shoulders drop slightly, and he pours his coffee with steady hands that used to shake when they touched me. I did this 3 nights ago, shattered everything with words I can never take back. We were in bed, that dangerous hour between midnight and sleep when defenses are down and truth slip out like blood from a wound. He'd been touching me the way he always does, careful, reverent, like I'm something precious, and I couldn't bear it anymore. The guilt was eating me alive, fermenting in my gut like poison, so I confessed. Told him about Marcus from work, about the conference in Austin, about the hotel room and the way I let another man's hands learn the geography of my body. I expected him to explode, to rage, to throw things, to demand I leave. Instead, he went perfectly, terrifyingly still. Then he pulled his hand away from my skin like I'd burned him, turned his back, and hasn't touched me since. Now he's walking out of the kitchen with his coffee, and I'm standing here with tears streaming down my face, and he doesn't even pause. I'm sorry, I say to his retreating back. God, I'm so sorry. His footsteps stop in the hallway. My breath catches. Maybe this is it. Maybe he'll finally break this torturous silence. Give me something to work with, even if it's just his hatred. He turns his head slightly. Not enough for me to see his face, just the sharp line of his jaw in profile. Sorry doesn't unfuck him, he says quietly. Then he walks away, and the sound of the bedroom door closing feels like a coffin lid slamming shut on everything we were. I spend the afternoon cleaning things that are already clean, trying to scrub away sins that have soaked into the foundation of our marriage. The house has never been quieter. Even the refrigerator seems to hum more softly, afraid to disturb the fragile ecosystem of our mutual avoidance. I'm on my hands and knees in the bathroom we share, scrubbing grout that's already white when I hear his footsteps overhead. He's in his office, the spare room we were going to turn into a nursery someday. That someday feels laughable now, impossible, like something from someone else's life. My phone buzzes. Marcus's name lights up the screen and my stomach turns. We need to talk. This silence is killing me too. I delete it without responding. Block his number for the 3rd time this week. What we did wasn't love. It was stupidity, selfishness, a moment of weakness that's cost me everything that actually mattered. I don't know why I did it. That's the worst part. There's no good reason, no excuse that makes sense even to me. My husband is brilliant and kind and the man I chose. The man who knows how I take my tea and which side of the bed I need to sleep on and the exact way to touch the small of my back when I'm anxious was the man who knew all those things. I don't know who he is now. This cold stranger wearing my husband's face. Evening comes. I make dinner, his favorite pot roast with the little potatoes he loves, even though I know he probably won't eat it. Won't eat with me anyway. The ritual of cooking soothes me slightly, gives my shaking hands something to do. I set the table for two, pour wine into our wedding crystal, light the candles we save for anniversaries. When he comes downstairs, he stops in the doorway. For the first time in 3 days, he actually looks at me. Really looks, and what I see in his eyes breaks something new inside my chest, not anger, but something worse. Exhaustion. Like loving me has finally worn him down to nothing. What is this? His voice is hoarse, unused. Dinner, I say softly. I thought maybe we could... You thought what? He cuts me off, and there's the first edge of emotion I've heard since that night. That pot roast would fix this. That if you played housewife hard enough, I'd forget that another man's hands were on you. I flinch. No, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. He laughs, but it's hollow, bitter. You want instructions? A roadmap back to normal? He moves into the kitchen, and I hold my breath as he gets closer. Close enough that I can smell his cologne. That familiar scent that used to mean safety, home. There is no back, do you understand that? There's only forward, and I don't know what the fuck that looks like. Then let's figure it out together, I plead. Please, I'll do anything. You can't undo it. His voice drops to something raw, vulnerable. I close my eyes and I see it. You under him, wanting him, choosing him over me, over us, over everything we built. It wasn't like that, or what was it like? He's right in front of me now. So close I can see the gold flecks in his eyes, the eyes I used to get lost in. Tell me. Make me understand how you could throw away 7 years for what? A conference hookup? A good fuck? The words are meant to hurt, and they do, but beneath them I hear something else, pain. The kind of pain that comes from love twisted into something unrecognizable. It meant nothing, I whisper. That's worse. His hand comes up, and for a second I think he might touch me, but he braces it against the counter beside me instead, caging me in. If it meant nothing, then I mean nothing. Our marriage means nothing. You destroyed us for nothing. We're breathing the same air, close enough to kiss, and the tension between us is different now, still charged, but threaded with something dangerous, something that feels like both ending and beginning. You mean everything, I say, and my voice breaks. You're everything I want, everything I... The timer dings. The pot roast is ready. He pushes away from the counter, steps back, and the loss of his proximity feels like falling. I can't do this tonight, he says, but his eyes linger on my face like he's memorizing something he's about to lose. I can't. I need more time. He leaves me standing in the kitchen with 2 plates, 2 glasses, and the ruins of everything we were. It's 2 a.m. when I hear him moving around downstairs. I've been lying awake in our bed, the bed that used to smell like us, like sex and sleep and the lavender detergent I use on the sheets, staring at the ceiling and counting my heartbeats, trying to remember the last time he held me, really held me, not just the perfunctory touches of cohabitation, but the way he used to wrap himself around me like he could keep the whole world away. I find him in the living room, sitting in the dark on the couch where we watched 1,000 movies, where he proposed to me on a random Tuesday because he said he couldn't wait another day. There's a bottle of whiskey on the coffee table, half empty. He's in his boxers and an old t-shirt, and even broken, even hollowed out by my betrayal, he's still the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Can't sleep? I ask quietly from the doorway. He doesn't startle. Just takes another drink. Haven't really slept since you told me. The admission cracks something open in my chest. I move into the room slowly, like he's a wild thing I might spook. Sit on the opposite end of the couch, keeping distance between us even though I want to crawl into his lap and beg forgiveness until my voice gives out. I dream about it, he says, staring at his hands. Every time I close my eyes, I see you with him. I make up the details you didn't tell me. Was he gentle? Rough? Did you come? Did you think about me? His voice breaks on the question. Even once? Or was I just gone from your mind completely? The truth sits heavy on my tongue. I thought about you the whole time. That's why I told you. The guilt was, so you fucked him thinking about me, then came home and let me touch you like nothing happened? He finally looks at me and his eyes are red-rimmed, devastated. I made love to you that night. Told you I loved you, and you just let me, knowing what you'd done. I'm crying now, silent tears that streak down my face. I'm so sorry. I know sorry isn't enough. I know I can't fix this, but I need you to know. It was the biggest mistake of my life. The second it was over, I wanted to die. I wanted to crawl out of my skin, because I knew I'd just destroyed the only thing that ever mattered. Then why? He asks, and it's not angry anymore, just exhausted and broken. I thought we were happy. I thought, weren't we happy? We were, we are. This wasn't about you, about us. Don't give me that bullshit. Now there's heat in his voice. It's always about us. Every choice we make is about us. You chose to let another man inside you. Inside the marriage I thought was sacred. That was about us. He's right. God, he's right. The silence stretches between us, thick and suffocating. Then, without thinking, I reach across the couch and touch his hand. Just my fingertips against his knuckles, the barest point of contact. He doesn't pull away. I miss you, I whisper. You're right here and I miss you so much I can't breathe. His hand turns, catches mine, and the touch sends electricity through my entire body. It's the first time he's touched me with intent since that night, and I'm afraid to move, afraid to breathe. Terrified he'll take it back. I miss you too, he admits, and his voice is wrecked. I hate that I miss you. I hate that I still want you even though the thought of touching you makes me feel sick. Then don't touch me. I'm shaking now, desperate and wild. Just don't leave. Don't give up on us completely, please. He pulls me across the couch suddenly and I gasp as I land against his chest. His arms come around me tight and almost painful and he buries his face in my hair. I don't know how to forgive you, he says against my scalp. I don't know if I can. I know. I'm sobbing now, clutching his shirt, breathing him in. I know. We stay like that, wrapped around each other in the dark, until the sky starts to lighten. When I wake up, I'm alone on the couch, covered with a blanket he must have put over me. And on the coffee table, there's a note in his handwriting. I need a few days. Don't call. He doesn't come home for 4 days. I know he's staying at his brother's place across town because Jake texts me. He's not great, but he's safe. Give him time, but the not knowing, the waiting is its own special torture. I clean the house obsessively. Call in sick to work because I can't function. Can't pretend to care about quarterly reports when my marriage is disintegrating. Sleep in his t-shirts and spray his cologne on my pillow just to remember what it felt like when he was mine. On the 5th day, he comes home. I'm in the kitchen when I hear his key in the lock and my heart nearly stops. He looks terrible. Dark circles under his eyes, unshaven, wearing the same clothes he left in. But when he sees me, something flickers across his face. Something that looks almost like relief. Hi, I breathe. Hi. He sets his keys down carefully like they're made of glass. I've been thinking. My stomach drops. This is it. He's going to leave me. Ask for a divorce. Tell me he can't do this anymore, that what I did is unforgivable, that I've killed whatever we were beyond resurrection. Okay. I manage. He moves closer, and I can see he's barely holding himself together. I can't pretend it didn't happen. I can't just forgive and forget and go back to normal. That option is gone. You killed it. I nod, tears already streaming, but I also can't walk away. His voice cracks. I've tried. I spent 4 days trying to imagine my life without you, and I can't. I don't want to. Even knowing what you did, even with the images burned into my brain, I still choose you. I'm still so fucking in love with you, it makes me hate myself. I don't deserve— No, you don't. He's right in front of me now. You don't deserve my forgiveness or my love or another chance. But I'm giving them to you anyway. Because apparently I'm a masochist who can't let go of the woman who shattered him. His hands come up to frame my face, and the touch is everything. Gentle and desperate and claiming all at once. But here's what's going to happen, he says, and his voice drops into something darker, more dangerous. You're going to work for this. You're going to spend every single day proving that I matter, that we matter, that you understand what you almost lost. And if you ever give me reason to doubt you again, I'm gone. No second chances, no explanations. Do you understand? Yes, I whisper against his palms. Say it. I understand. I'll spend every day for the rest of my life proving you were right to stay. He kisses me then, and it's not gentle. It's claiming, possessive, tinged with anger and need and something that tastes like both ending and beginning. I kiss him back like I'm drowning and he's air. Like I can pour 7 years of love and infinite regret into this single point of contact. When he pulls back, we're both breathing hard. I'm still angry, he says against my lips. I'm so fucking angry with you, I know. But I'm also yours. I've always been yours even when you forgot that mattered. He lifts me onto the counter, steps between my legs, and the familiar position makes me gasp. His hands slide up my thighs under the hem of his t-shirt that I'm wearing, and everywhere he touches burns. Tell me you're mine, he demands, and there's something fierce in his eyes, something that needs to hear it. I'm yours, I say. Only yours. Always yours. Prove it. He takes me apart slowly, methodically, like he's reclaiming territory another man dared to touch. Every kiss is a brand, every touch a declaration. He maps my body with his hands like he's relearning it, like he needs to replace every memory of Marcus with himself, and I let him. God, I let him do whatever he needs, give him whatever he takes, because this is my penance and my salvation all at once. Look at me, he commands when my eyes flutter closed, and I obey. I want you to see who's touching you, who you belong to. You, I gasp, always you. The counter is hard beneath me, but his hands are gentle even in their possession, tender even in their claiming. He kisses the hollow of my throat, the curve of my shoulder, the inside of my wrist where my pulse hammers wildly. I thought about this, he admits roughly, while I was gone. Thought about whether I could ever touch you again without seeing him, without feeling like I was sharing you. You're not. I cup his face, force him to meet my eyes. You never were. It was just a body, a mistake. You're the only one who's ever had my heart. Something in his expression cracks open then, and he kisses me with a desperation that steals my breath. It's not just physical. It's deeper than that, more profound. It's forgiveness and fury, love and loss, everything we've been and everything we might still become, all tangled together. When we finally come together, it feels like coming home after being lost. His forehead presses against mine, his breath ragged, and I can feel tears on my cheeks. Mine or his, I can't tell. I love you, I whisper. I love you so much it terrifies me. I love you too. His voice breaks. I hate that I do, but I love you too. We stay tangled together on the kitchen counter as the morning light strengthens, neither of us willing to move to break this fragile new thing we're building from the ruins of what I destroyed. Later, we're in bed, our bed finally, and he's running his fingers through my hair the way he used to, the way I thought he never would again. It's going to be hard, he says quietly. There are going to be days I can't look at you without seeing it, days I'll want to hate you for what you took from us. I know. And you're going to have to be patient with me, with my anger and my doubts and my paranoia. I will be. I'll be whatever you need. He's quiet for a long moment, and I think he might be falling asleep, but then he speaks again. I need to know why. The real why, not the easy answer, the truth. I take a shaky breath. I was scared. Of what? Of how much I loved you. How much power you had to hurt me. The words pour out like a confession. We were so happy, and I kept waiting for it to end. For you to realize you could do better, and when Marcus showed interest, it was safe, meaningless. It couldn't hurt me the way losing you would hurt me. So you pushed the self-destruct button before I could? Yes, I'm crying again. I sabotaged the best thing in my life because I was too afraid to believe I deserved it. He pulls me closer and I feel his lips press against the top of my head. You're an idiot. I know. But you're my idiot. He tilts my chin up, makes me look at him. And I'm choosing to believe that you understand now what you almost lost. That you'll never be that afraid again. I won't. I swear I won't. Okay. He kisses me softly. So different from earlier, like a promise. Then we rebuild. Not back to what we were, we can't go back. But forward, into something new. Something stronger because it survived this. Forward, I echo, and the word feels like hope. We fall asleep like that, wrapped around each other, and for the first time in over a week, I don't dream of losing him. I dream of years ahead. Of trust rebuilt slowly. Of laughter returning gradually. Of the way his eyes might look at me again someday without that shadow of betrayal lurking behind them. It won't be easy. The road back from what I did is long and uncertain, paved with his justified anger and my endless remorse. There will be hard days, impossible conversations, moments when we both wonder if love is enough to overcome what I broke. But as dawn breaks over our bedroom, painting everything gold and new, I allow myself to believe it might be. Because he's still here. Still mine. still choosing us even when I gave him every reason not to, and I'll spend the rest of my life proving he was right to stay.